Hi everyone, I'm Mara. This is day 6 of creating the Spirit Brush Academy. We are already at the museum parking lot, so join me as I head over towards the office at the Conscious Cove. I'll see you there. Here we are, blessed with another beautiful blue sky. So far, I have discussed and explained a little bit about what I'm hoping to do with the Spirit Brush Academy regarding the practice of meditative calligraphy and its valuable benefits that I have been able to receive so far. So another aspect that makes up the Spirit Brush Academy is the spirited poetry. I believe I mentioned this in a previous video where the spirited poetry can be similar to Zen poetry, which is essentially a practice of meditating and contemplating one's own inner thoughts and experiences and ruminating on it or staring it within their mind and their heart over and over until it becomes distilled or inspired naturally on its own. When these thoughts and experiences go from something that's very overwhelming or unfathomable, perhaps profound, and they're able to transform into something simplified, expressed through symbolism in the form of poetry, what happens is that the quality of the energy that was either quite profound or quite overwhelming becomes transformed into something that is much more digestible through an indirect and abstract manner. So because it is able to return to an abstract state, the energy simply becomes fuel or a form of combustion source that can then be transformed into another type of energy. So in my own experiences, through my own portions of difficulty in life, I would spend time meditating and contemplating where my responsibilities are within the difficult circumstances that I'm experiencing, what is within my control, how I responded to my circumstances and why they might have led to the more difficult things. And as I explored these parts of my emotions and my experiences, I also reflect upon the various truths that I have learned in my, I suppose, over a decade's worth of meditation and practicing spirituality. So my form of practicing of spirituality is more about just trying to be kind to others, also trying to be kind to myself, and trying to follow the truth that is revealed to me along the way as best as I can. And because of how things happen on earth, because of who we are naturally, all we can really do is try our best. And so part of me in my trying my best is to explore deeply the emotional experiences that I have so that it doesn't continue to remain unconscious. Then it can also move away from the subconscious state into something that is within my awareness so that I can be more clear in the process of going through my day-to-day life. So going back to the spirited poetry, as I'm having these difficult emotional experiences, I explore my own perspective on it, I explore the truth, I explore the world around me and how it is showing me either the validity of my actions or the correctness of my actions. This will usually appear in a very physical, sensory experience of something that I am pushed towards from behind, kind of like wind in my sails, or something that literally closes in front of me, similar to coming across an obstacle out of nowhere simply because we had made a choice. So through the spirited poetry, through the meditations, oftentimes what happens is that in my depth of sadness, in my depth of grief, I will feel inspired through my reliance upon the truth that I have learned and I have received. I would then find myself in an empty state of being where specific thought energies or specific types of energies begin to appear. And as I'm trying to essentially wrap my head around these abstract energies, specific words also then appear before me in either in a specific way, like an order of sequence, or in how it is presented or shared. And then part of the next step of the process is to then distill the various energies that appear through the deep meditations. So the main goal with spirited poetry is essentially to actively explore the deep aspects of our emotional experiences, reflect upon it towards the truth, and then transform these energies that might be too wide at first, too overwhelming and all-encompassing or profound, and gathering it into simple, easy to understand words so that the words themselves carry an energetic signature. It isn't so much as to what is said, but what is contained in what is being said. So my hope with creating the Sky Self method is to essentially encompass various years of my experiences as I grew along my spiritual journey, and to then to be able to share that with the world so that they can know of a practical method to be able to transform their state of mind, their state of being, as well as perhaps their emotional state. So for today, with creating the big piece of calligraphy, we will be working on, I believe, the 5th poem out of 6 total, which will include a couple of statements in it as well, similar to how it's been before, where there will be a couple of poems and then a statement to kind of wrap up the thought within the poem or to introduce the next part of the story. So enjoy, and I will see you there. As I now contemplate on the thoughts that I just shared with you, I wanted to, identify that our experiences, in order for them to become inspired, don't necessarily have to be coming from a source of pain. Oftentimes, my best experiences in feeling inspired has been through celebrating the fact that I can feel joy, not denying that joy within myself and allowing it to fill me. I believe that a lot of people can benefit by allowing themselves to experience this layer of innocence. And so hopefully through the practice of the spirit brush, intent, meditative calligraphy, and spirited poetry, more and more people around the world, day to day, can experience this level of joy and peace and be inspired enough to celebrate it, to share it with others. The poem goes as such. Thoughts don't come from me. Experience and choice shape the crystal of consciousness. The way light passes through the crystal creates thoughts. Frill. So this is what we got done for today. We added on a part of the 6th poem, and then after this there will be just the other half of that poem, and then one more statement, and then the last poem for the entire big piece. So we are almost there. Thank you for joining me this far, and I will see you in the next video.